Hear me now, understanding the law of work. How can I arrive at a turning point in my life? How can I arrive at a turning point in my life? You must understand the law of work. Everybody desire a turning point. Begin to write this thing down. Everybody desire a turning point, but not everyone are ready for a turning point work. Because a turning point journey starts from your turning point decision. Everybody desire a turning point, yes or no? But not everybody are ready for the turning point action. Not everybody are ready. We all desire. Do you desire a turning point? Do you desire a turning point? Do you desire a turning point? Are you ready? Are you ready? Everybody can say, I want a turning point. And they can even say, I am ready. But not everybody are available. If I say now, every one of you, to arrive to a turning point, your turning point is that this tomorrow morning, wake up by 7 a.m. to go to your work. Some people will still wake up at 9 o'clock. Because they are not ready. They desire it, but they are not ready. Everybody desire a turning point, but not everyone are ready for it. For you to reach a turning point in your life, you must determine. You must be determined. You must be determined to take a decision for your turning point. For you to reach a turning point in your life, you must take a decision where you are seated right now for an action. You must not take a decision for an action. Turning point is personal determination. It's a personal determination. I cannot determine your turning point. You have to determine your turning point. I can teach you, I can give you guidelines, but I cannot do it for you. So it's a personal what? Determination. Say it's a personal determination. Say it again. Your ability to face every situation to your own destination marks the beginning of your turning point. Your ability to face every situation marks the beginning of your turning point. The situation that faces you is not the same thing that faces me. And the situation that faces me is not the one that faces you. So I must be determined to face my challenges. That is where I can reach my turning point. Hear me, people of the Lord. Your ability to face every situation to your own advantage is what marks your destiny, is what marks your turning point. Hear this, people of God, and everybody under the sound of my voice. My destination is not your destination. Your destination is not my destination. Even though our road may be the same, but my destination is not your destination. Your destination is not my destination. So your ability to get to your own destination is what determines your turning point. Our road may be the same. We may both take taxi to Alexandria. We might both fly to London, to America, to Johannesburg. But are we all going to the same place? Your ability to reach your own destination is your turning point. Don't look at me, and I must not look at you. We might be in the same vehicle, the same road. We might be in the same business. We might be in the same what? School. We might be doing the same courses. But your ability to determine me to succeed in that courses is your turning point. If you look at me, because you see me faster and be in front, and you want to follow me, you don't know where I'm going, sir. You don't know where I'm going, ma. So, a turning point journey is a personal determination. Let me show you something. There are two turning point facts. Two types of turning point. There is a negative turning point, and there is what? Positive turning point. I want turning point of God in my life. Define it. Some people are turning from negative to positive, and some are turning from positive to negative. It's your determination. Some people, they are good men last year, but this year, their turning point, they are terrible. Some people, they are terrible last year, but this year, they are now what? They are excellent. There are two types of turning points. It is either you are backward, that's a turning point, or you are forward. For example, all of us know the story of the prodigal son. There are two turning points in his life. The time he decided that I'm leaving, it was a turning point. That's when he began a journey of unknown, a journey of suffering. That was a turning point in his life. The second turning point of his life was when he returned back to be celebrated, to be a celebrity. That makes another turning point. So you hear what I'm saying now? When I'm saying it is your decision that determines your turning point. You can have a positive turning point or a negative turning point. It is your cup of tea. Bear in mind this, that there are two types of turning points. If a man is not moving forward, he's definitely moving backward. And a man that is backward, that realizes that I'm backward, take a step forward. There's a turning point. This morning, I want you to take a step forward from where you are now to where you want to be. Hear me. We cannot all be rich, yet we can all be rich. Can I repeat myself? We can all be rich, yet we cannot all be rich. You will determine that. We can all be rich, yet we are not all rich. We can all be millionaire, but not everybody are billionaire. Some people are millionaire, some people are what? Billionaire. Some people are pensionaire and thousandaire. You have to decide your turning point. Anybody can arrive a turning point negatively to positively, and anybody can arrive a turning point from positively to negatively. Your decision. For example, if you are under rehabilitation, it is your decision to stay by it in order for you not to relapse. So that's a turning point in somebody's life. The person may be improved or may decrease. It's a turning point. It's your decision. Nobody can do it for you. Nobody. If you are a womanizer last year, I get what I'm saying? If you are a womanizer last year, you can decide that I don't want to be a womanizer anymore. That's a turning point. And somebody is not a womanizer, but another friend can influence you this year, and you find yourself to be a womanizer. That's another turning point. Then somebody is not drinking. You used to be a good husband. Your wife used to credit you. My good husband, my good husband. Suddenly, you mix yourself with what? Ungodly friends. They introduce you to drinking, smoking, going home in the night, beating your wife or beating your husband. That's a turning point. And then the man will say, no, I can't bear this anymore. I can't bear this anymore. That's a turning point. Another woman was under terrible, or another man under terrible influences. Suddenly you change. Then the husband of the wife will say, what a turning point. So I'm telling you, people of the Lord, turning point can be positively or negatively. What type of turning point do you desire for yourself? Some people are turning from poor to riches. And some are turning from riches to poor. You determine it yourself. Am I making sense to you? Some are good wife last year, but this year they are terrible wife or terrible husband. It's a turning point. Some, we don't used to see you in church last year, in and out, scatter, but this year you decided to stable. That's a what? A turning point. Some, they are stable last year, but as soon as this year started now, they are scatter. It's a turning point. You have to decide your turning point. So it's a personal journey. I want to just help you to assess yourself. What are the areas of turning point? There is a turning point everywhere and anywhere. Professionally, personally, spiritually, medically, physically, financially. Where do you want a turning point? And you must define positively, negatively. What are the questions to answer before you reach a turning point? What kind of turning point in life you desire? Positively or negatively? That's number one question. If you want to arrive at a turning point, first question is, what turning point do I desire? Improve or decrease? Good or bad? Somebody that is drinking and that is womanizing and is jumping and jiggy-jagger, is enjoying it or is he not enjoying it? Hello? Somebody that like clubbing. Some people have never been to the club before in their life, but they just met one friend last week. He took them to club and they begin to enjoy it. Is it not fun? It's fun. That's a turning point of his life. And if God help him or her, that may lead to her destruction. Somebody has never smoked before in his or her life, and somebody just came by influence of a peer friend and say, and then you could not resist, and then you also say, that's a turning point. It might be forever worse. That person may even finish all his life and his career. Whereas somebody that was there before realizes that I'm losing my sense, so came back. That's what a turning point. I can't do it for you, sir. I can't do it for you. No matter how I pray for you. Oh Lord, Holy Spirit, deliver this boy from being fornicator. You know what you are enjoying as a fornicator. That thing you are enjoying may lead you to this, may lead you to the grave. Very soon. It's a turning point. We will just come one day and say, my brother, my sister, we love you, but God loves you more. Rest in peace. Because it's what you know how to eat that kill you. It's a turning point. You can have a turning point negatively, positively. It is the law of work. What you are working for, what you work for, follows you. So, you must determine what kind of turning point you want. That's the question. You must ask yourself. You must ask yourself, if you want to receive a turning point, where are you now? Where am I now? And where am I stuck? Until you know where you are now, you cannot say, I want a turning point. You must determine where you are stuck. Where is your problem? That's where I'm going now. You want a turning point. In which area? Financially. Where are you financially? I want a turning point spiritually. Where are you spiritually? I want a turning point in my education. Where are you in your education? That's where you can determine the turning point. You can't be saying, for example now, I can be saying, I want to pass a matric. Am I a matric? I can't be looking for subject to study on matric. Am I a matric? And I say I want a turning point in education. That means I'm insane. I must know, you must know where you are. Where you are stuck. You must know what? Your problem. That's where I'm going. You must identify your problem before you can have a turning point. If you cannot identify your problem, there is no turning point for you. There is no turning point. We are telling you that, hey, my brother, my sister, you are too loose. You say, no, I'm not loose. That means you have not identified your problem. How can you have a turning point when you have not identified your problem? I'm telling you, brother and sister, you are very stingy. You say, no, I'm not stingy. Check yourself. How many times have you given your friend or somebody 5 rand? Until you identify your problem, you can never solve that problem. If I tell you that, hey, my friend, do you know that you are insane? Do you know that you are losing it? Do you know that you are running mad? You say, no, I'm not running mad, though. I'm not running mad, though. No, can't you see me? I'm very perfect. Look at my shoe. I bought it from America. And when I went to Toronto and I exchanged, what are you displaying? You have not accepted that you have a problem. And some people, they don't want you to correct them. And they want a turning point. You must first accept that you have a problem. If your problem is anger, you must deal with it. First, accept that you have anger problem. That's only why you can have a turning point. If you are specialist in shifting blame, they say you have an anger. You say, no, I don't have an anger. Are you stupid? How can you tell me that I have an anger? Are you getting what I'm saying? Oh, they say, you know what? You eat too much. How can you tell me that I'm eating too much? What do you mean by eating too much? I had pap just now, and I just coupled it with a KFC. How can you tell me that I'm eating too much? Go ahead. You have not discovered your problem. Until you discover your problem. I'm telling you that you shout too much. You shout. You shout too much. You say, me shout too much. How can you tell me that I'm shouting too much? You are not shouting. Until you discover your problem, there is no turning point. The another question is, you must ask yourself, after discovering my problem, how can I solve this problem? Number 1, back to what I started with, determination. You must determine. You must determine in your mind, in your spirit, that, oh God, enough is enough. If everybody is talking about me, if everybody is talking about you, that this is not right, and you look at yourself as you are the most only righteous person, then there is a problem. You have not prepared for a turning point. Personal determination. And number 2, way by which you can reach your turning point in anything in your work is your personal assessment. Personal assessment. Number 1, personal determination. You must determine in your spirit for a turning point. After you have determined that I need a turning point, now assess yourself. Personal assessment. Where do I need a turning point? You must constantly assess and evaluate yourself. Constantly what? Evaluate yourself. Where am I? Am I going forward? Am I going backward? Am I static? If you cannot evaluate yourself, sir, there is no turning point. You must be able to evaluate your relationship. evaluate your career, evaluate your income, evaluate everything that you are doing. Am I moving forward? Am I backward? Only when you have evaluate yourself, you'll be able to what? Elevate yourself. Without evaluation, there is no elevation. Because you always think that you are the best, whereas you are the worst. Am I making sense to you? Am I making sense to somebody to you? After assessing yourself and determining, now, what type of turning point do you want? Positively, negatively. In which area of turning point do you want? Professionally, spiritually, physically, medically, materially. In which area do you want a turning point? Mina, I want a roundabout turning point. Roundabout. Somebody say, I want a roundabout turning point. Say it louder. Say it louder. I can see everything turning around for my good. I can see everything turning around for my good. How many of you desire a turning around, turning point? How many of you? A turning around, round about. Listen to me. For you to arrive at turning point in round about any situation, number one, never give up. Never what? Never give up. For you to encounter a turning around in every situation, never give up medically. If it's a medical issue, don't give up on it. The woman with the issue of blood was running for 12 years. She never gave up until one day that she encountered Jesus Christ. Never give up. Tell your neighbor, say, neighbor, do you want a turning around? Medically, financially, spiritually, materially, never give up. Don't give up. I'm not giving up. I'm not dying. I'm not giving up. I'm not dying. My God will do it again, just like before. I'm not giving up. I'm not dying. Never give up medically, professionally, educationally. Never give up. Face that challenge. Face it. Face it. There is always a light at the end of every tunnel. That's where your turning point emerges. Never give up if you want to receive your turning point in anything that you are doing and that is worth doing. Number two, if you desire a turning point from today in every situation in your life, never run your race or don't run your race by other race or other races. Don't run your career with other people's career. Don't run your ministry with other people's ministry. You want a turning point? Don't run your business the way others are running it. Hello? Don't do your business. Don't Don't go to everywhere everybody are going because people are going there. Don't step into what you don't know or how you don't know. There will never be a turning point there. Don't run your race. Don't run because others are running. Don't sit because others are seated. Don't stand because others are standing. No. Ask yourself a question. Why are they standing? Why are they running? Why are they seated? Some are seated because they are tired. Are you tired? That's where your turning point is. Some are seated because they are looking because they had the weather what do you call it? Weather forecast. Say it's going to be rain today. Some are seated at home because they listened to weather forecast. When now did you listen to weather forecast? When now are you sending salt that the rain will beat? You are sending potato. Does rain beat potato? Go and display your own stuff. Don't run people race. Don't run your race because with other people race. Don't. Number 3, never compare yourself with others or compare others with yourself. Don't compare Sister A with the person that sits. Don't compare him with yourself. You are not the same. Oh. Tell your neighbor, say, neighbor, don't compare yourself with me. We are not the same. And somebody say, I want a turning point. Why are you comparing yourself? If somebody come here now, hey, hallelujah, help me to praise the Lord for my testimony. I just bought a Land Cruiser. And you want to compare yourself with that person. You will face disgrace instead of turning point. Don't compare yourself with others. That person's turning point is not the same thing with your own turning point. It makes a lot of people to lose everything when they compare themselves with others. Number 4. Hear me. We are not all the same. We look the same, but we are not all the same. Every woman look the same. Yes or no? Every woman, they look the same. They have 2 legs, they have 2 hands, they have 2 things, everything. They look the same, but are they the same thing? Every man look the same. They have 2 legs, we have 2 eyes, we have 1 head. Did you say amen that have 2 heads? But we are not the same. We look the same, but we are not the same. So don't compare yourself. Don't compare your energy with my energy. Otherwise, you will die comparing yourself. Hey, now I'm going to sport. I want to be like Semeya. So that I can also have a turning point. We know your turning point, where you are going to be. Don't compare. That's what I mean by don't compare. Because you don't know what is inside Semeya. Like me now, I don't know everything. You understand? And I want to compare myself. Say now, I'm going for Mandela Marathon. Or tomorrow is Mandela Marathon, 500 or 1,000, and I'm joining myself with them. Don't you know what you are going to find me there? You won't find me here next Sunday. You know where you will find me. Okay, now I want to compare myself in ministry with Bishop David Oyedepo. Are you getting what I'm saying? How many of you know Bishop David Oyedepo? You don't know him. Okay, how many of you know T.D. Jakes? You don't know him. How many of you know Ray Colley? How many of you know him? You don't know him. You don't know people. So I want to compare. You know him. No, now I want to compare myself with him. I get what I'm saying? Because I want a turning point. I will end up to be a turning disgrace. Because I don't know my level. I'm going somewhere now. Know yourself. If you know yourself, you will arrive at your turning point instead of arriving a disgrace. Positively, negatively. We are not all the same. Hear this and write it down. Success is not the same. Joy is not the same. Write it down. Failure is not the same. Write it down. Happiness is not the same. Write it down. Sadness is not the same. Write it down. And finally, turning point is not the same. Success is not the same. Where you are saying you are successful is not somebody's success. Where I'm saying I'm successful is not somebody's success. So don't compare my success with your success as a turning point. Face your own and leave me with my own. Some of you don't even know that you already have a turning point success. But because you are comparing your success with me, you are not contented. You are comparing yourself with others. You are not contented. You have never even appreciated your turning point. Whereas you are already successful where you are. That's why I'm saying success is not the same. Failure is not the same. Happiness is not the same. What is making somebody happy now is what is making somebody sad. Somebody may by mistake now have triplets. And she's crying. But somebody is having triplets or one. The whole world is hearing. So a turning point, my turning point is not the same thing with your turning point. As I'm telling you, happiness is not the same. Joy is not the same. What is making me to laugh may be making somebody to cry. Hello? Just imagine now, Mama Ta will just come out one day now and having triplets. I will cry. Mama, why do you do this now? Oh, I say, I don't want. He said, no, I don't want this. But somebody will say, triplets. Bring it. Are you getting what I'm saying? Somebody that is careless, like I tell you now, since you don't know how to keep yourself, you have an unwanted pregnancy. Are you getting what I'm saying? That's your turning point, because every hidden thing that you have been doing will turn out openly. That is somebody's sadness. But somebody that has been waiting for God is somebody's happiness. Joy is not the same. What is making you to laugh now is what is making me to be angry. You are laughing, but me, I'm angry. Because it's not the same. Therefore, people of the Lord, turning point is not the same. Appreciate where you are. You are already having a turning point at this moment, but you may not know if you don't appreciate it. If you are comparing yourself to me, that's when you think that's when you will know that you have not reached a turning point. I evaluate, assess. The only thing that is the same, how many of you know this one thing that is common to every one of us? The only thing that is the same in the US, in America, in England, in Zimbabwe, everywhere. Can somebody tell me? Huh? Earth. Our earth. Okay, somebody tell me again. Somebody tell me. One thing that is the same to every one of us anywhere in the world is what? What? This one has seen my notes. When I was sleeping, she went into my notebook. One thing that is common to everybody is what? death. In fact, even birth is not the same thing. Somebody was born in America, and he's speaking American. In fact, I got somebody that when I saw something on social media from Uganda or from where she woke up and started to speak in American tongues. You watch it also. So you see, even our birth is not the same. But death, any day, anywhere, on your own you go. So your turning point is not my. Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, ma'am. Celebrate where you are today. Celebrate your career. Don't compare yourself with the joyous. Don't compare yourself with Benjamin Dube. Those are the ones that I know. I'm just giving you. Yes, sir. When you are in the gym industry and everything, you cannot wake up now and say you want to compare yourself with. But you see where you are now. Even as most of the time I see you on the Facebook and everything, you are a celebrity. Celebrate it. Otherwise, if you don't appreciate it, you may depreciate. Just like that. I'm going somewhere now. Joy is not the same. Don't look at somebody's testimony today and you begin to cry. I say, is it only me? Everybody is sharing that they are buying a car. Everybody is saying that they are buying a house. Don't compare that person's joy with your joy. In fact, you see people that is your own testimony now is somebody else's testimony. Somebody else is looking for it. Celebrate where you are. What am I talking about? Anybody can be successful, but not everyone is successful. Success is determined by your contentment. Turning point is determined by your contentment. There are times you must be contented. There are times you must contest. There are times you must be contented with what you have. There are times you can contest it. Oh God, where am I now? Help me. But there are times you must first of all be contented. And there are times you can say, oh God, change my level. If you desire a turning point. Be contented first. Be what? Be contented first. Be happy with what you have first. If you are not happy where you are, there is a problem first. You will not be able to even reach out. You will not be able to. An unhappy man is what? Is a sad man. Be happy first and then contest it with God. How to reach a turning point. The law of work. The law of work. Assessing your personal law of work. What are you doing? Somebody tell me, what are you doing? Somebody say, I want a turning point. Turning point, where? What are you doing? If there is somebody here under the sound of my voice now, your business is midnight business. You want a turning point. My question is this. What are you doing? It's a law of work. Oh, God bless me. I want a turning point. In which area? Midnight job. You know what I mean by midnight job? For the first time, I didn't know what, when I was asking somebody, even me and my mom were asking somebody, I said, what are you doing? He said, I'm a working class. Me and Mama, we are interviewing somebody, what are you doing? What's your business, man? He said, I'm a working class. I mean, now I'm Old Testament. I was telling my wife, I said, that's nice. She's a working class. Because he wanted to give, she gave accommodation, right? Yeah, she gave accommodation for 1 month or 2 months. Me that is, I'm not streetwise. I said, what are you doing, ma? He said, I'm a working class. I said, mommy, congratulations, you have seen a good client. Me, I don't know whether it was the one that first told me that, Daddy, do you know what is a working class? I said, what is a working class? He said, working class. You know, so if you are in the business of working class, because there are male working class, there are female working class. There are some men that their things are working 24/7. They are working class. And there are some women, they are professional working class. And they are hearing me now, and they are also praying for, oh God, give me a turning point. Hello? You know what they are looking for? They will find it. Turning point. What is your work? Somebody that is sleeping 24/7, asking Lord, Lord, give me a turning point. What turning point does he want? Huh? We will do a competition of sleeping. And how many hours he sleeps, how many hours he wakes up. That's our own turning point. What are you doing? There is no turning point where you are not doing anything. Some will say, I'm a housewoman, I'm a full housewife. Full housewife. You want a turning point? We will soon celebrate you by the time we have a Bafana team or Bayana team in your house. How many members? 11 children. Turning point. That's your own turning point. We will soon come and celebrate you by the time you raise one solid Bafana Bayana team. It's a business. You say, what are you doing? I'm a full housewife. Oh. Congratulations. We'll soon see your turning point. What are you doing? Hello? Assess yourself. Are you a candidate for turning point? Many people are not candidates for turning point, but they are just waiting for turning point. There is something you can do. Tell your neighbor. For your turning point. Say it to another person. Have you told the person? Have you told the person? Tell him or I said there is something you can do. For your turning point. Ask him, what do you want to do? Now, ask the person, what do you want to do? Ask the person, what do you want to do? Okay. Nobody should be a business. Nobody should be a working class. What do you want to do will lead to what can I do? What do you want to do will lead to what? What can I do? I was in my mystery and my poverty life looking for what to do. But every day I keep trying. Sometimes I went to the road and sit down with people that do like this, looking for job. Even though I don't know, I just go there because I was tired. I don't like sleeping. I have tried go to everywhere. Until the day that I decided that let me go and sell sweet and biscuit. Until the day God himself told me, stand up and do something else. And I asked the Lord, Lord, what else can I do? Then the Lord said, this one that you did last week for this person, stand up and start doing it as a business. I said, so it's a business? That was where I got my own turning point. What are you doing? What can I do? What do you want to do? Ask yourself that 3 questions. Or ask your neighbor. Ask your neighbor, what are you doing? What can you do? What do you want to do? Ask somebody, what can I do? Ask somebody, what can I do? Say it like that, what can I do? Wake up tomorrow morning and write in the paper, I can clean your house. Write like 10 or 20. Go to Santa and put it in people's gate. You will see that somebody will call you. Do you have a pen? Take a pen. As you are going through all the streets in your house today, write, I can clean your car every morning. As you are passing by your street, when you see a car that is parked and is dirty, put it there. Put your phone number. He will call you. Tomorrow, come and clean my car. That's how you go. Somebody say, I want to open a car business. I want to open a car wash. Car wash. How many cars have you washed in your life? But he wants to open a car wash. I said, where do you want to open a car wash? I'm looking for one. He's mentioning one big place. He said, dream that is not attainable. And you want a turning point. It's an eyesore that this person is lazy. A lazy person said, I want to open a car wash. Hello? The law of work. Ask yourself and take note of this. For you to have a turning point, what can I do? Business, laborer, higher job, consultancy, marketing, preaching, service provider. What can I do? I just answer you now. You can do anything. What can I not do? Don't do anything that is evil, that is negative. That's all. What can I do? You can do anything that is not evil and negative. Let me help you on deciding on what you can do or how you can reach a quick turning point in your career, whatever career you choose to do. Think in any career you are doing or that you want to do. Ask yourself this question. Do you need people to survive daily? Do you need people for you to survive daily in whatever career that you've chosen? Or does people need you to survive? It will determine how your turning point will be. If your career is that you need people, think about it very well. People must come to you, or you have to go and look for people to survive. Think very well about it, that career. But if you have a business where people need you, you're on your way to your turning point. When you are choosing your career, think very well about this. Does medical doctor need, does he go and look for people? Who will look for him? People look for him. That's what I'm telling you. That's the best way I can analyze it for you. Are you getting what I'm saying? Anything, any business that make people to look for you, it's a business that you should expect a turning point. Even what you are doing now, people have to look for you. In order for them to, there was a time I went to Cape Town and go and, I don't know what to do. I do? And go and try this and try this. 1 hour after or 2 hours after, my life was miserable. So I was looking for somebody. They said, you have to go back. So I was looking for somebody to restore me. So I went and paid somebody. I said, please come. They said, you are private, whatever. I need you. Come. I was looking for. Are you getting what I'm saying? Vodacom don't need you. You need Vodacom. And MTN, yes or no? Yes. So no matter how even data is, forget about data lower things. The moment they announce data is going to be lower in Vodacom, people are changing out to Vodacom. You will still need Vodacom till Jesus come. Yes or no? But we now, who need you? Answer yourself. Help me answer yourself now. Who need you? Think. These are some of the things we are not properly, that is striking us. Think before you choose a career. Hello? What is your career? Is your career profitable or destructible? Is it profitable? Is it profitable? Some people are selling poison and they want people to buy it. And you want a turning point. Look for a career or do something that is profitable. No matter how, people will need you. Another thing is for you to reach another point, another advice for you to have a turning point in your career, in your work. How are you doing that work? How and where are you doing it? How and where are you doing it? Are you doing it diligently or you are doing it carelessly? So many people are doing their job carelessly and they're expecting turning point. No, it doesn't work like that. It does. Do your job diligently with hard work. Put hard to your work. Hard work. There is a time to sleep. There is a time to work. Do your work well, diligently. And let me tell you before I leave that one, people of the Lord, the way you do your work is the way you should do others' work. And the way you do others' work is the way you will do your work. Can I repeat myself? The way all of us, you do your work is the way you will do others. You are not diligent in your own work. I can be rest assured you will not be diligent in my own work. When you are not diligent in others people's work, I know you are not diligent in your own work. Church, for example. So many people, they are not diligent, they are not hardworking in their business at home. That's why they are not hardworking and they are not diligent in church. Take church, for example. So many people are lazy in church. That's why they are lazy at home. They are lazy at office. The way you do people's work is the way you do your work. And the way you do your own work is the way you will do other people's work. And the way you do people's work is the way people will do your own work when they come to your turn. You destroy people's work, wait, it's a matter of time. Some people are coming to destroy your own work. You help people's work, wait, it's a matter of time. Some people are coming to help your work. Keep this one in mind, forget anything. You do some work carelessly, don't worry, it's a seed. I'm rounding up now, people of God. Take this principle of turning point for your peculiar treasure. Take it down. Be knowledgeable. Number one, be informed. Equip yourself on your work. Be knowledgeable about your work. Be well informed about your work. Number two, be determined to succeed. Be determined to succeed. Your determination will determine your destination. Your determination will determine your destination. Number three, in your work, for turning point, be focused. Be focused. Number four, be perseverance. Be perseverance. If it's not working today, does not mean that's not going to work tomorrow. Don't give up quickly. Be perseverance. Have the endurance ability. Endure. Don't quickly. Don't say it's not working, it's not working, it's not working. No. It might not work in the evening, in the morning. It may work in the evening. Wait until you see the final result. Don't quit just like that. Wait. Wait and be fully persuaded. Be fully persuaded that it will work. That is faith. Please, when you are desiring a turning point, know your strategies. Know your level. Know what? Know your level. This is where I want to round up. Know your what? Your level. Many people don't know their level, yet they are looking for a turning point. They will find a disgrace. They will be, it's negative. Know your level. Hello? Don't deceive yourself. Know your level. So many people, they don't know their level. They're over-ambitious. Know your level, please. When you know your level, it will guide you to your turning point. I must know my level. You must know your level. You desire a turning point? Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, ma. Do you desire a turning point in your life now? Whether maritally, financially, know your level. Somebody say, I want a turning point in my marital life. Congratulations. Instead of you to pursue the woman that you can maintain, no. They want to marry the daughter of Obama. Instead of you to pursue the level that will give you a turning point. Some people, they want to start a transport business. They want BMW new series before they can start Uber. Do you know your level like that? That's what I mean by know your level. It crosses everywhere you are desiring a what? A turning point. Somebody is looking for a bond. You are asking for a bond, or you are looking for a house bond. Then the agency comes to you and say, what type of bond do you want? You say, I want a mansion in Santee, or in the new tallest building in Santee. Does that make sense? Did you know your level? Hello? Do you know your level? Even they will ask you, how much is your salary? You say, don't worry, don't worry, don't worry. I have faith. I have faith. Faith and level. Is it the same thing? And now somebody said, no. The Bible says that if thou shalt have a faith like a mustard seed. But even as a mustard seed, it's a level. Is it not a level? It's a level. But when now you don't know your level. Me now, I don't know my level. That's why I say your turning point might be positive or might be what? Negative. So if you arrive your destination, don't come and cry to me and say, she disgraced me. He disgraced me. Then he will disgrace you, she will disgrace you. Because you know why? You don't know your level. It is in this country I see a gateman is asking for business card for the CEO. Hello, Mark. Can I have your business card? Can I have your phone number? You will disgrace yourself. So I'm teaching you across, round about, what? Turning point. So I'm not leaving any stone untouched. I'm touching everywhere, every area of your life. Somebody is looking for accommodation now. Accommodation. Say, where do you want accommodation? I want accommodation in Santee. Where are you coming from? I'm living in Weinberg. Oh, because Weinberg and Santi, they are close. So you now think that, okay, congratulations. Go. How much is your salary? How much is your income? Know your level. Tell your neighbor. Say, neighbor. Know your. If you know your level, you will not do wrong thing. Final to the final. Be prayerful. Be prayerful. In fact, if you are prayerful, it's the number one thing. It will guide you. It will teach you. It will show you. Be prayerful in your prayer life. You will ask for wisdom. Lord, teach me. Wisdom will come to you. You will know what to do and what not to do. Be prayerful. And finally here, please, for you to receive a turning point, be connected. Be connected with God. Be connected with people. I'm ending there because I will continue on Sunday on the law of relationship. Be connected with God. Be connected with people. You need people for your turning point. Yes, sir. Just as the way you need God. Every one of us, we need God. If you are up there, you need God to sustain it. If you are down here, you need God to come up. So, but you see many people when they are up there, they think they don't need God. Give them some time. But when you see a man or a woman that is down here and want to aspire, you cannot do it only by your own power. You need God. And then you need people. Be connected with people. You cannot achieve turning point on your own. Be what? Be connected. That is the law of relationship for our turning point. We continued that last week. How many of you understood what I've been teaching you? How many of you understood what I've been teaching you? Do you know that your thinking level will be different from today? Do you know that? Your thinking level for your turning point will be quite different from today. Lift up your hands everywhere, everybody. Lift up your hands. Say, Father, help me. I cannot on my own arrive my turning point. Help me, O Lord.